Hello, welcome to another episode of Chaotic Torture RC and another episode of Tech Tip Sunday. Today I'm going to go a different route with the RC realm than what I have before, and I'm going to talk a little about Nitro. This time of year, fall, winter, a lot of people put their Nitro vehicles up for the season, and then come spring, summer, they get it back out, and if they have not taken the proper care, then they find what they have is a sticky, gummy, seized piston. Doesn't necessarily mean that your vehicle's bad. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to show you all how to remove the piston without any of the specialty tools, because they sell piston pullers and stuff. It's not a necessity for this job, and I'm going to show you a simple, easy way to do it using just your standard wrenches that you have and a zip tie. Before your season, when you're done running it, the proper thing would be to put some after-run oil in it, churn it over a few times so that oil loops through it. Be sure you got all your fuel drained out of your system before you put them up during the season. Put your after-run oil in it, churn it over a few times. Be sure you've got plenty in there to keep it lubed, and while it sits, that shouldn't be an issue with any seasoning. But then you've got those that are either inexperienced or may have forgot or just didn't take the time to do so. And if that's what you've done, this video is for you. For video time's sake, I went ahead, you got your bolt heads, you're going to have to remove those to do so. Each motor's different, some have less, some have more. This is a Traxxas motor that I received in a trade, so I'm using it to work with. Anyways, as I said, I went before ahead of time, loosen that one, went through, loosen all of them up. Then you want to pull your head out. And then look down in there. This one doesn't look real bad, but before I messed with it, it was sticky, it was gummy. And say for instance, we're just not getting the churning that we want. Or if you're to the point where you need to do a rebuild and you got to replace your piston and ring, this procedure here can help you too. You're going to have to need your exhaust removed, because what you're going to do, I need to give myself a little bit of light here so I can see. You're going to want to take a zip tie, put it in there, and then drop your piston down until the zip tie runs all the way through. Now, for those of you that have a seized piston, what you can do is when you get to this point, if you can't churn this, hit that with some WD-40, let it soak for a little bit. Churn this part here by hand. If it doesn't churn, hit it again with some WD-40, let it sit and penetrate. Turn it again. If it still doesn't churn at that point, go ahead and a lot of people will wrap towels around it. I'll take and run me a couple rolls of tape around it, and then use some channel locks very lightly, never forcefully doing anything, and give it just a quarter churn. Once it breaks free, if it's been seized, it'll churn, but it'll just turn sluggish. All you're needing it to do is churn enough to it's going to drop your piston. You can see that my zip tie came out through the top. It's going to drop your piston below the sleeve level, and then you're going to run your zip tie like that, leave some out the back, and then you're going to churn. It may be tight, just give it a little umph. If you see it's raising that up. Now once it cuts the zip tie off, that's as far as it's going to go. At this point, that's top dead center, so I'm not going to get any higher with that, but it pulled out. Had it not pulled out as smooth as that, some people have taken flatheads and pried on it. I never agree with prying on a sleeve. I will wrap the exposed part of it with tape, hold it with channel locks, lightly churn, and work it out. Never force, never pull, never yank on it. This is just brass, because sometimes all you have to do is take these parts out and clean them. unless it's wore out and you're replacing it for that reason. But if it's just been seized up from winter sitting, you can take that out, soak it in a parts cleaner, and then when you're done, put it back in. Now, for your piston, to check it, this one's a bump start, so it's a little bit different setup here. This is where your pull start or your electric start would go. Go ahead, and I already went ahead and removed the screws for that. And this one, this is just a close-off piece. And with a bump start, all that is basically I got an electric starter that hits this and turns that. Pull that out, and once again, you can use a flathead for this. I don't. I try to use my zip tie if I can. Get it in there behind the piston and get it to slide away. And I pulled it off the pin. There's a pin in there. It's going to be hard to see in this video. I can zoom in. If you look right there, there's the pin. The piston arm goes down, and that hole in the arm goes over that pin. Instead of sticking metal tools in there and scoring and tearing any of this up, I was able to use my zip tie, put it on behind it, prop it out, and pull it out. And now that it's out, that's a time where you can inspect it for see if you got any metal shavings in there, how gunky it is. Pull your carb if you want. Go through and do a full cleanup of the motor, whether you're going to rebuild or just clean the parts that you have and put it back in. And then you also have to keep in mind when you're putting it in the direction of your piston, as this one's notched here. That's to allow the fuel to get in to for the combustion with the glow plug. Anyways, on that, we have pulled the piston out of the motor. The sleeve, which was stuck, using just a zip tie. No special tools. They make, like I said, they make a special tool for it. They can be kind of costly. Now, if you're a guy that has 30, 40 Nitro cars, you obviously have the money, so you probably have the specialty tools. If you're just a backyard basher that has a couple and runs them till your motor either seizes up, locks up, or runs them till the end of the season and puts it up, and like I said, maybe you forgot to do something with it, this method is perfectly fine. Actually, without even cleaning this, I have good compression. It's got gunk buildup 3/4 of the way up from where it sat for, I have no idea how long I picked this motor up used, but it sat with the piston in that position for a very, very long time. So and I can see the line where it stops at. Once I clean that out, hit it with some parts cleaner and such, and then go through this, I will be able to get full compression as I should without the catch there. But just what little bit I did wiping with my finger made a difference. I got it almost to the top, but I'm not going to clean this on camera. Everybody has their own methods and way of doing it. So my purpose of this Tech Tip Sunday video was to show you how to get a stuck sleeve out of a Nitro engine. So for that part, as you saw, it wasn't hard. I thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful to somebody. Keep your little parts bin around while you're doing this, so you got a place to put all your little screws as you're taking them out. Once I'm done with this video, I'm gonna put this all in a bag and wait till later on. I will go through and clean it. Maybe save that for another video sometime. The cleaning of a tore down Nitro engine and relubricating as I put it all back together. I do not know. I honestly doubt that I ever run this engine. It just came in a trade deal that I had, so I figured it would be a good one to use for this demonstration. Hope somebody learned something out of this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, and thank you for watching my videos.